I'm with Kevin today from the Regional Water Providers Consortium. And so Kevin, everyone's remembering that June was a pretty wet month, but here we are in August and it is dry.
It is really dry, and that month was unusually wet, but the total rainfall that we've had is a continuation of a drought that's been going on in the state of Oregon for about 3 years. Right now, about 95% of the state is abnormally dry or above into a severe drought. So it was nice to have,
right.
But it certainly doesn't going to cover July and August like we are now.
Right. So really coming into August here, it's a good time to kind of check our watering irrigation systems because we want to be efficient and we want to be effective. So what should we be looking for?
Well, it's really important. It's all about efficiency. Nobody wants to be wasting water. It's expensive and it's just not a good thing to do. So this time of year, you want to start re-examining your system, turning on, taking a look. Is it coming out into the sidewalk? Is it staying where it is? This place, as you can tell, has a pretty steep hill. Mm-hmm. Do you need to adjust that watering? Do you need to fire it up a couple times a day so that the water doesn't just run off, just shed off, so that it actually stays where you want it?
Right.
You need to look at your plant health. Some plants right now, they don't care,
right.
They're fine and dandy, but other plants may be stressing a little bit, and so you want to take care that the ones that are stressed, that you're taking care of, but you don't need to turn the whole irrigation system on to do it. You can individually water those plants that are having a tough time.
And some lawns do go dormant. It depends on what type of grass you have.
Absolutely.
So really it could be something natural.
Absolutely. Here, we plant primarily what's called a cool season grass, which is basically a grass that once the ground temperature gets up above 65 to 70 degrees and the outside air gets 80, 85, its natural tendency is to go to sleep. It's not designed, it was never developed to handle high heat. So you are going to see probably some patches of yellow. And the only way to fight that is doing the thing that we don't want to see done, which is pouring a bunch of water on it, a bunch of amendments and stuff. So having a little yellow, I mean, we all know that come into September, we're going to be mowing our lawns again. It's not going to die.
Right. And then what about sprinkler heads and hose ends and connections?
Sprinkler heads, I strongly, there's two things that go on with the sprinkler system that you need to watch out for. One is pressure. The pop-up sprays that are commonly used out here, they're only made to work at 30 to 35 PSI. Most of us in this region in here are going to have 50 plus PSI, and what that does is it creates a mist. It's trying to push that water through the nozzle at such a rate that the nozzle can't handle it, so in order to get that water through, it atomizes, just like a spray bottle. Mm-hmm. And that water is lightweight, it's mini drops, so your drops aren't getting on the grass, they're blowing away in a breeze. Hose ends, again, pick your sprinkler, pick what you need, and then just monitor it. That's the big thing is just, I recommend to people all the time, if you're gonna set a sprinkler up, and a lot of people do, a lot of people hand water, and if you're gonna set a sprinkler up, pop up the lid on your meter and watch the spin on it and time it and see how long it takes to put X amount of gallons down, right. and then know that and get yourself purchase, or City of Lake Oswego offers hose timers. A lot of the stakeholders offer these. Get one. Set it for 15 minutes. Then you're not walking away and leaving it on for a long time.
Right. So Kevin, what about leaks? Because those happen.
Oh, all the time. Anybody that works in the garden, and right now with the COVID, a lot of us are working in the garden a lot more than we used to. Leaks are going to happen. It's really important. Again, it goes back to periodically walking around your system and just seeing what's going on, because in most cases, leaks are going to show themselves. Fixing it as fast as possible, not ignoring it. One of the places we see a lot of leakage is in drip lines. And the reason for that is drip is covert. That's why we like it. It's underneath the bark mulch where we don't see it. But oftentimes we don't see the leak either. So it's really important if you got drip lines to actually walk that line to see it. The other thing is, as we spoke about earlier, that we are in a drought and the critters are looking for water. And drip lines are a source of water and they're easy to chew through. So a lot of times you're going to see leaks in your drip line that's going to be caused by bunny rabbits, gophers, moles. Everybody's looking for water, and that's a source, and they will chew through it. So if you have a drip system, keep that in your head, make sure that you check it a little more frequently.
And also there you have a beautiful website that has so much information and has you can subscribe to the regional water number, and every week you get an email and how much you should be watering.
Exactly, and it's really good to use that. If you're fortunate enough to have what they call a smart controller, those can help you in a lot of ways, but there's nothing that's going to do away with those two eyes.
Right.
No matter how good that computer and that controller is, or how good your weather station is, you still need to observe, because there's no one size fits all. There's always going to be parts of your yard that dry out faster, or maybe collect the water more and stay soggy, and you just got to kind of tweak to find those places.
Well, you know, those are all great tips. So just remember just to go to gardentime.tv. We'll click you over to their website and get all that information, and you can be a smart water person too. Thanks so much.
You bet. Thank you.